Hello, my friends, and welcome to, I almost said the other one, to Retro Dogfight.
we know about your other life.
I know.
Yes.
I know. My other family, my other secret family. Welcome to Retro.
So how about Free Space 2, man? Isn't that an awesome game?
Oh God! Still 20 some years later, still the best space dogfighter ever made. Seriously,
yeah.
Nothing has beaten it. Only Rebel Galaxy Outlaw has come close.
Yeah.
That's the one that's come the closest.
The 21st Century Privateer.
Yeah, that's the one that's come the closest. Anyway, welcome to Retro Dogfight.
Well, you're here for the Retro Dogfight podcast.
Welcome to Retro Dogfight, the podcast where we actually talk about old flight sims, old guys talking old flight sims. I'm your co-host, Brian, and joining me as always is your co-host, Chase.
Hey.
And your co-host, Denny.
Take off, eh?
You hosers.
I love that movie. I love that movie so much. I grew up with SCTV. Just a side note, I grew up with SCTV, and I love Strange Brew so much. It's funny. Just a side note, we did a movie day where we showed Flash Gordon, and then we showed Strange Brew. It was kind of like a Max von Sydow thing. And and it was so enjoyable. And I think people enjoyed Strange Brew more.
And then you put on Black Hole and everyone just left?
No. We did not put on Black Hole. No. I wouldn't do that to people. I wouldn't subject them to Black Hole.
That wasn't Max. That wasn't Sydow. That was Maximilian Schnell.
Oh, Max somebody.
Yeah.
It was a Max.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we have a fairly ambitious episode to do today, because if you recall in our last episode, we did one game, and it was F-18 Interceptor by Bob Dinnerman. And we decided, because Bob Dinnerman went on to do a little thing called Jetfighter, and it wasn't just one game, it was 7 games over 17 years. And we decided, let's just, because we're not going to cover one of those games in one episode. Maybe, I think the only game that would deserve one episode would probably be Jetfighter 3. Probably, but
full burn. I think if you cram those two together,
yeah, maybe. So we decided let's just do the whole series in one episode. So we decided we're going to cover the entire 17-year, 7-game series of Jetfighter in one episode. And I just want to say from the jump, I think this is a fascinating series. I only played Jetfighter 3 back in the day. I didn't play very much. This series covers everything from 1988 to 2005. It's 7 games. There's a gap between like 1990 and 1997. It's just fascinating. So we're going to get into it. The first game is, I think this is the first fascinating thing. The first game, Jetfire the Adventure, came out the same year as F-18 Interceptor, 1988. It was for DOS, self-published, basically the same game as F-18 Interceptor, but with more stuff. It had more missions. It had a better manual. And
I wonder. It's like looking at those two, right? It's like, I mean, and Bob Dinnerman did do another Amiga Sim. I'm just wondering, like, if EA contracted him and he was just a hired gun to make just like this graphically superior but gameplay wise and content wise inferior version of this game.
Yeah,
for the Amiga.
Obviously he owned the engine, so
right.
I wonder if he just pitched it to pitch the EA game, and then said, okay, well now I've got my funding. Let's go off.
Yeah, I'm wondering. That's what I was wondering. Did the funding from his deal with EA allow him to make what he wanted to make with Jetfighter? Because it's essentially the same game, but again with more stuff. Like it's got the F-14 in it. For example. Yep.
It has an F-14 visual model. Extra,
but I know, it's the same. Yep. It's the same. Actually, I didn't play much of this game. Can I tell you guys why I didn't play much of this game? It pissed me.
Oh, please do.
I skipped it. So I don't know why this game hates me. So this game, you have to do 4 carrier landings in order to get to the missions. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why. It's like, I'm not an actual pilot. Why did you do this, Bob? Why?
There's so much about 80s and 90s game design where they were learning and things like that.
They still did this up to like TFX. TFX did the same damn thing where you had to pass 10 tutorial missions before you could actually play the damn actual game. Anyway.
Yeah, but TFX was good.
Yeah, TFX was actually good, but it was still maddening that you had to actually go through those hoops to get to the game. Anyway,
right. It's just like, way to gatekeep your players, Bob.
Infuriating. Anyway, so I did the 4 landings over 2 sessions. And at the end of the second session, it said, okay, you're ready for actual missions. Great. I went off. I had dinner. I came back the next day. It's like, oh, you have to do the 4 landings. Like, no, I did it. I did it. What are you talking about? I did it. I just rage quit. I just no, I'm done. I
think that's probably the fact that you were not playing off your original floppy disk.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a problem with
what did you play with EXO, Brian?
I did. I played Exodus, yes.
Okay. Just a hint for everybody who goes out there and plays that. If you look at the batch files that are actually run, right? I discovered this the hard way with EF2000. Oh. It deletes configurations.
What?
Especially when you, like, for example, going to Jetfighter 3, if you play it in software mode and you set up your keyboard and joystick and all that stuff, okay, that's fine. Now, if you go back and you start it with the 3DFX option, it deletes your config.
What?
So for a lot of games, I have had to go in and manually change that with just a little bit of batch file trickery, especially for EF2000, which in EXO does not have the joystick enabled by default. But if you try to run the setup program, it erases the config. So yeah, I had to set up a thing I actually rewrote the batch file so that I added an additional option to run the setup program. This is hardcore, man. So that when I went back into the game, it didn't delete the config files. So that's what you ran into, Brian. That's Exodus's fault. That's Exodus's fault. Basically, you may have picked another option, or for whatever reason, that batch file, because it wants a clean run every time. Remember, EXO is not a wares distribution. It is a software preservation. So a lot of the expectations on EXO are, we want you to run the game as it came the first time out of the box.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's
so just a word to the wise.
That explains that.
But you didn't miss anything anyway. I mean, for crying out loud, I played it a little while, and it's like, oh, carrier landings again, and didn't I just do this in F-18?
It's if you took F-18 Interceptor and made it hideous.
Yeah, you made it orange.
Crap! God, I hated EGA. I mean, only CGA was worse in the history of graphics cards.
Oh boy!
I mean, give me a Hercules monochrome over that orange terrain in EGA, please.
Right?
Man, it's ugly.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's basically the same game. And by the way, thanks to this amazing new technology called the internet, I did a little research while we were getting educated on EXO, and it turns out that F-18 Interceptor was pitched to EA by Dinnerman, who wanted to do a flight sim because he had seen a military flight sim and was jazzed about it and knew the Amiga was really powerful. So he did a demo for them. They were sold. They funded it. Then, after EA got the disc, the company that made it fell apart. Dinnerman and Moses Ma got some other people together and created Mission Studios. And I guess they still had the rights to the code. And boom, that's how this game came about.
See, that's why you come to this podcast, people.
Fascinating. Good find.
Yeah.
Good find.
We
man.
do your research, so you don't have to. While I go off on questionably obtained software, Denny's back there doing the hard work.
That explains so much. Good find, Denny. Good find. Man.
You can kill journalism, but you can't kill my journalistness or something like that.
Excellent find. No, well done. That's great.
Yeah. Jetfighter, if you liked F-18 Interceptor, but you think it's just too pretty, then play Jetfighter the Adventure.
I will say this, though. I mean, because the CPU had a little more oomph than the Amiga 68,000, it's a smoother experience.
I was going to say the same thing. I was just about to say the exact same thing. It ran much more fluidly via DOS for me than the Amiga version did.
I went back and looked at some of the listeners may remember a time before the internet when games were reviewed on dead trees, and I worked for Computer Gaming World. So I went back and looked at all the CGW reviews of these, my favorite comment in there was they made the IBM graphics perform like an Amiga.
Wow.
Because so some context, like you're talking about the performance on this, even in your emulated DOS box, it's probably still running a lot smoother than it did on the Turbo
XT.
Mode XT that we were using at the time. But the SubLogic pretty much owned the market for flight simulation. Just prior to this.
Right.
And
that's true.
And there was like, and there was also,
dude,
like
early EA stuff. Can you all see the box of Jet in your head?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's just like music that lives rent free in your head. That black wireframe.
That and Chuck Yeager's Air Trainer, that one with the
Air Combat Training. Yeah.
The SR-71.
Those games had frame rates of like 3 or 4 frames per second. And it's funny, as I was researching this, I came across, I completely forgot that SubLogic had done a stealth fighter game.
Did they?
Wait, what?
even using the same model as the testers model that Microprose used.
What?
For as their inspiration. I'll send you guys the link to it, and we can
weird pancake with the guitar shaped one.
With the in bent tail. But anyway, everything at this point was on PC was like 3 or 4 frames a second. So that I think that's what Jetfighter the Avenger really brought, was like, oh my god, this is a smooth performing game. And
it's filled in polygons too.
So,
was it called
Stealth? And I mean, another fun thing I found from the review, though, this will take some of the really old gamers back to a day. Version 1.0 of Jetfighter, when it shipped, had a bug that if you entered your name and it had an X or Z in it, the game would crash.
Nice.
Nice. There was also an animation, apparently, that if you let the animation play all the way through, it would crash the game, so you had to time skip past the animation.
Man.
So they had a V1.01 that fixed these bugs, and you could get it for free just by sending your disc back. And they would send you the new disc. So, kids back in the days before
especially the Polish kids, they're typing in their names and they're like, "Wow, where's Dowski or something."
So you had to mail your disc back, and you might have your game back in 2 or 3 weeks if you were lucky. And then there was a 1.1 that was coming out when the review was written, that was going to add Tandy and maybe AdLib sound support. But that upgrade was going to be a small charge.
$5.95.
Those were the days, kids.
That mail-in it did work though, because I probably already mentioned this before. Like once where I on the 64, me being just a huge dork, managed to format my 7 Cities of Gold disc.
Oh no!
And I sent it back to EA, fully expecting to get one. And a couple weeks later, I got a disc back, or a few weeks later, just out of the blue. And it's like, yeah, just send us some money when you send us it's like disc replacement is like $5. Send it when you get the chance.
I found
that different days.
I found that stealth game you were talking about, Denny, called Stealth Mission.
Yeah,
from 1988.
Stealth Mission.
Yeah. Is that something we should cover? I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, I think we can do a Sublogic episode, maybe.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I'll look into that
kind
later.
of roundup like this one. Speaking of roundups, let's move on to Jetfighter 2. We'll probably go into a similar level of depth.
Yeah, that was 2 years later, 1990. I didn't play this one either back in the day. I found a few things funny about this one. I loved how every plane, this was also self-published. I loved how every plane, the F-14, the F-18, and the YF-23 can hold Phoenix missiles. I thought that was really funny.
Why not? AW, all of those have the AWG-9 radar, right? Right?
You know what? Actually, I think it showed it. I thought this too, but I was playing around with it. It shows them on the loadout screen, but none of the loadouts actually put the Phoenixes on anything except for the top.
Oh, really?
That's disappointing.
It's just bad UX. Just bad user
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about fighters, the YF-23, it was in this, the sexiest jet fighter ever designed. I was so sad
absolutely.
That didn't stay in the series since
those pointy wings. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have F-22N, even they could have brought the YF-23 back into Jetfighter 3 as well. But yeah, that was my favorite aspect of this game, was just being able to fly that thing, because it's just
the ATF.
Yeah. I loved how snarky this game was too, because like in my first mission, I died, and it was like, "What kind of flying do you call that?" It said on the screen.
It's like, get off my jock, dude. Yeah, right.
It's like, damn. And another time it said,
Microprose used to do that too. They would insult you.
I know. And Chuck Yeager's Air Combat also did that.
Oh, Chuck! Yeah, Chuck would light you up, man.
That was a real goat rope. Yeah.
Yep.
The programmers back then knew their audience, man. They were all just a bunch of snarky. They knew how to deal.
This game was a huge step up from Jetfighter 1 in just 2 years. Like, the graphics are way better. I think
VGA, so you could go from orange land to green land, but with like multi-shaded purple skies, because VGA was new and everyone had to use the whole palette.
Dude, man, I don't know. God, the what are they? The gradient skies, man.
Beautiful. Absolutely
that was
beautiful.
just being that fading blue. That is, that's what it's all about.
And the explosion effects I thought were really lovely. I love how they took out the qualifications. Thank God.
You can free fly it around as I'm doing right now. I tend to play these a lot while we're talking in the background.
I thought there was also interesting campaign tracking. Like, it gave you a lot of stats for how you did with your missions, which I thought was really interesting.
And it did away with the carrier quals before you could fly, right?
Yeah, it did away with the qualifications.
That alone is worth starting with 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, it also had a lot of content, like lots of missions, which I thought was really nice. And
I should actually go back and play this. This is kind of more in my wheelhouse. I admit I didn't play this.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. It was way better than 1. It was very difficult. It was very difficult.
Had a lot more. It reminds me of kind of just lots of. I am a sucker for. I love clean polygons.
Oh yeah. For 1990, this looked great. I thought for 1990, this looked great. And but the story is basically the same. The West Coast is once again under attack. Because they love to,
San Francisco.
All these movies love attacking either San Francisco or Los Angeles. All of them, like same with video games, apparently.
look at that bent wing ATF. That is just gorgeous.
Yeah, I know. It's
that Batwing ATF.
But I love how some of these games like mixed photographs with the graphics. Like A1010 Killer did the same thing where they'd mix like photographs into the graphics. Like on the
that was the I remember seeing Dynamics was big on that.
Yeah.
And because they were part of Sierra, and Sierra was just starting to get into Sillywood at that time. So a lot of their games had digitized pictures of peeps.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was around that. Yeah, because this came out a year after A1010 Killer. Then that was a thing back then. So I enjoy, even though I found Jetfighter 2, the missions difficult, I enjoyed my brief time with it because it was a lovely game. It was fun to fly. The only thing I didn't like was that there was no CCIP for the bombs. It was just kind of like a diamond, and you had to kind of hope that your bombs would hit.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is that this series from start to finish has never really been about the avionics.
I know.
Realistic targeting. I mean, the radar is just absolutely hilarious. It's like, wait, is that white not my aircraft carrier or an enemy plane?
Oh, right. No, and that, we'll be talking about that shortly in Jetfighter 3. How I learned to utterly despise Jetfighter 3 coming up here.
Oh wow, I felt completely differently about that one. But no, I enjoyed.
Yeah, if you're
go ahead.
Oh yeah. I was just going to say, if you didn't fly these originally and you want to see the series develop, check out F-18 Interceptor on the Amiga, then just skip to Jetfighter 2. Just don't even
basically. Pretty much.
2 is the first one that did it well on PC.
Yeah, exactly. Jetfighter 2 feels like an actual legit game. Yeah, Jetfighter 2 feels like an actual legit game, and it's actually a good game. Like, even though the missions were difficult, I enjoyed my time with them. I actually did enjoy my time with them. Did you guys play? I forgot to ask. Did you guys play 1 or 2 back in the day? I didn't play 1 or 2 at all back in the day.
I was still on my Amiga.
Okay. So no. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. They just kind of passed completely unremarked.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Same here. Okay. Jetfighter 2 was what year?
1990.
90. Yeah, that was right before I got into I'm a computer gaming journalist, I can get all the games for free mode. So I didn't own a PC at the time. So yeah, I was an Amiga guy, so didn't play it until about 2 weeks ago.
I should probably revisit this. Yeah.
Well, now we're going to skip 7 years to 1997.
Now, maybe I was thinking about that, because I think the version of JF3 that we played with, and we can agree, was that the platinum version?
Yes, I believe it was
on Exodus. Yeah. So that is implying maybe you want to do a quick Moby lookup first. I
can answer this one because I was around. I was a computer journalist back then. I assigned this review. It was in the March '97 issue of Computer Gaming World, which would have meant, with the delays that we had, also the fact that an issue was always the month it came out was the month before the date. So that means this game came out in 96.
So that is probably one of the many reasons I skipped it, because if you think 96, that was the cusp of 3DFX.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
So I was quaking the hell out. I was on NetQuake with the 3DFX patch. So I'm just, and if people saying, well, who cares? DOS games were dying.
They really were.
The last gasp, and it's amazing. We'll talk about full burn in a second.
Yeah.
And so you were looking at the last
get the memo on DOS games.
Right. You are getting the last gasp of really advanced DOS games. Because 95 and 98 were just about there. So yeah, that's probably, I think and that's going to be in yet another episode. Here's a segue. That's when I was fully Air Warriored out, right about that time. So yeah, so that's probably why I skipped. I was spending all my money on Air Warrior.
So for those of us who were in the sim world and not quaking, Jetfighter 3 was one of those games that it was Falcon 4 before Falcon 4, not in quality, for the love of God, but in the we've been looking at previews of this game and we're so excited.
For years.
Jetfighter 3 was rumored and then shown.
So it was the second coming of, it was like the second coming of Strike Commander.
Exactly. Yeah. The
hype was real.
Finally hit.
The hype was real
for a very long time.
Yeah, this was my first.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The jump. When I booted this up, the nostalgia and then the slight nausea from the FMV sequence at the beginning. I'm like, oh yeah, this period of gaming. Oh my God.
The Sillywood.
Gratuitous,
over dithered DOS FMV.
But it's fascinating, isn't it? Because this series is such a time capsule of gaming and flight simming.
By the way,
we're going to talk about Full Bird. We're going to talk about Full Bird.
You're seeing the FMV was when I was in a very deep period of being into computer graphics, and despite spending all my money on Air Warrior, I was also heavily into 3D Studio 4.
Oh,
so all of those games back there, I can instantly tell. Because 3DS4 had a very unique ray tracing and rendering style for its movies. Everybody used it, and you can just tell. And I'm just like, wow, this is like stuff that I created in 3D Studio. So it was like full motion video, because it's weird. If, like I just mentioned Strike Commander, you had just the beautiful hand-drawn graphics by guys like Dennis Lubay and Paul Steed doing this stuff. And then all of a sudden, seemingly overnight, when 3D Studio 4 came out, everybody had to use it. And it was just, even for ugly people, because we didn't have a lot of experience drawing human figures back then. The human figures are hard. So yeah, it's the same deal that you mentioned about the FMV. I feel the same way about seeing flashbacks of, oh yeah, I recognize that.
So before we even get into the flight aspect of this game, because there's some stuff to talk about there, but just the wrapping of this game, this was from the Wing Commander era. It's you've got a lot of video, nothing like in Full Burn, but there's a lot of video. But the interface when you're going,
the UI is a nightmare.
They're like, ooh, we can do this really cool thing where you're navigating around in a 3D space.
Did you guys?
But it's not 3D. It's a bunch of mist animation.
Oh, I hate
it's mist. It's mist on a carrier.
Did you guys discover the quick navigation thing at the top though?
Yeah, you slide up to the top, but it's
I found that out.
About that.
Forgot about. I accidentally discovered that. Guys, if you play this, there's a quick navigation. If you move your mouse to the top of the screen, that'll just quickly take you around the boat. Thank God, because otherwise you're scrolling the mouse to the door, and you're scrolling the mouse around the hallway, and you're scrolling. It's so freaking tedious. But then you scroll to the top, like, oh, there's a menu, hangar. Oh, thank God.
It's just for people who are wondering what we're talking about. This was not in true 3D. You were watching little movies of you turning around and going to the hangar deck every single time.
Immersion. Ooh, I'm on the carrier. Ooh, no, I'm not.
I've been on a carrier. I've been on a carrier, and they don't look like that.
So. No, it was bad. It was really. It reminded me.
It was cool the first time. I could see you like, oh, this is pretty neat. No. But even back then, you showed it off to your brother-in-law. It's like, yeah, check this out, man. You can walk around the carrier. But once you're on your fifth mission, you're like, Jesus Christ.
They did that in SVGA Harrier like 4 or 5 years previously, and it was tedious then.
Yeah.
But
But the wrapper on this is not good, and
no.
Just the visuals too, the buttons and everything. It's
so 1996, 1997. Ugh.
Yep.
But I enjoyed the game itself. Like, I really enjoyed the missions. I enjoyed the training missions. It's a little thing, but I really enjoyed how when you were turning, your view would lean into the turn. I really liked that.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot. And this is the only game that does that. This is the only game that does that. They took it out in the other games. I mean, the game felt really fluid. The missions were a lot of fun. I love the auto land. Like, oh, you're done. Just land. Like, great. Thank you for respecting my time. I don't want to fly all the way back. That's great. But I love how it gives you the option. Like, if you want full credit, you can fly all the way back. But, you know, if you want to save time, here you go. You can just land right now. Thank you. And
I'm trying to think concerning that. I swear there was some game before that. Oh, of course, the Microprose games. Weren't they kind of the same way? If you landed, you got more points. I think that's where it started. If you actually you did the grunt work of landing, you got more points.
I think so. I think there were a couple.
But Jetfighter doesn't give a shit. It's so, like, yeah, fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's very much a casual sim. Looking back, at the reviews, because it kind of gives you the perspective of the time, since being viewed through a 1996 lens by Robin G. Kim, who is one of my favorite writers. When I was editing at CGW, he gave it 4 stars. And he points out, the engine is, despite the fact that Bob, I think, milked that same F-18 model from the all the way from the Amiga to through Jetfighter 5 and just kept adding more polygons to the same one. The graphics are just like a whole different level.
I thought they were beautiful.
The previous games.
I thought they were lovely.
Well, it's a 3D terrain, and in Rob's review, he mentions that it has 3.5 million square miles of terrain that are made from actual USGS terrain mapping. And it's funny because I'm flying over these, finally 3D, but still very polygonal mountains. And in 1996, he was so impressed. Pinpoint terrain mapping. Every valley, peak, river, and coastal inlet. You can follow roads and power lines from village to village. Yeah, because this was totally new stuff at the time.
Yeah,
we were used to flying over, fairly flat surfaces with the occasional, pyramid mountain.
I think the only like sim that had that much detail where you can fly over power lines from town to town like that was like Tornado, maybe. Like,
when did the first SU-27 come out?
Oh, around this time, I think 96, 97, I think.
Yeah, it was. They put a lot of world depot.
Similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they invented it because Novologic's F-22 came out slightly before this one too, I think. But it's still, for this series, was a jump, and this was one of the first games. They were all starting to do it back then. Speaking of Novologic, by the way, when this game came out that year, we got 4 F-22 sims.
God, yeah.
We got this one. We had Novologic's F-22, and then after this was DID's F-22 game.
ADF.
Yeah, ADF.
ADF.
F-22 ADF, yeah. And Interactive Magic's IF-22. Those all came out within like a year of each other.
We got spammed with them. Yeah.
We got some. God, we ate well back then, didn't we? My God. We were feasting. Yeah. Feasting. My God.
Yeah, sadly, we've got the F-22N naval version here, which I think just completely sets the tone for the level of realism that the Jetfighter series goes for. But sadly, we lost our F-23 here. I wish they'd kept it.
I really enjoyed. This is probably the game I played the most. I had a lot of fun with this one. A lot of fun. I enjoyed the missions. I thought the only thing I didn't like about this game was the weird way you targeted Mavericks. Like, wait, I have to manually put the cursor over the thing and then hold it, and it was so annoying and tedious. that was the only thing I didn't like about this game. Was the
and given the level of realism they were trying for here, which was not a lot, they definitely could have gone for an easier system.
It was way out of place. It was way out of place for the rest of the game. Way out of place.
Because it's the whole Jetfighter series. And God, I was so hardcore in those days. I'm just like, oh, this is well done for the audience that it's for. Now I kind of like this kind of thing,
right?
But yeah, it was. Well, yeah, I mean, it was casual.
Dude, you're talking to two flight sim. Let's face it, two flight sim snobs at this time.
Yeah, we were hardcore nerds, man. It's like talking to you about pizza. It's like New York, Chicago, or nothing, man.
I mean, it was like if you mentioned a Nova Logic sim or Jetfighter on CompUC flight sim. Yeah, you were. Oh, you like those arcade sims? See, Airquake.
I took it all in. I was just a sponge for all of it. I was just like, gimme. I just ate all of it. Just gimme.
No, it reflected in the coverage in CGW too. I got a call from a guy at Nova Logic one time who called me and basically threatened to pull their ads because we were so critical of their sims. And I'm like, dude, I work in editorial. Do what you want. We really were very
elitist.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, well, no, we're calling them like we see them. But yeah, no, this was going back to this. This is the one that as we were going back and playing this for the podcast, like just kept playing.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's fun. It's a good balance of it flies kind of like a plane.
Yeah, it flies enough like a plane to give you that sense of, oh, I'm a pilot. But I also loved how busy the mission areas were. Like other planes are off doing their thing. You hear radio calls of other, it feels very busy. You feel like you're in an active war zone. It's good world building, like it just felt like really active. Like I love the flak also. Like I love some good flak, and the flak in this game was fantastic. Like, oh my God, I love the flak. It was just a lot.
Yeah, and in the day too, it did not ship with 3DFX support.
Nope, that was a patch.
No, yeah, it's a
gold patch. As was common to the day.
It was because like seeing the 3D train and stuff, it's cool. But oh God, talking about the dithering in the videos too, the dithering in the terrain textures. If you're playing it in 2D mode, it just looks like something vomited all over the Andes Mountains. And it gets worse if you go up high. It's just hideous. And then you put it in 3DFX mode, and it looks primitive now, but compared to what we were used to, that was just like, it's like I'm flying a real plane.
It's strange though, because looking at the vomit of pixels, the really super heavy let's texture everything, I migrated more toward the way that DID went. It's roughly contemporary, which was, we'll texture what we need to, but we're not afraid to just have big areas of just your shaded terrain.
That's why I think EF 2000 holds up a little better today.
Oh, because it's clean, and it has just enough texturing.
Exactly. It doesn't try to overdo it and wow you like this did. And I think this looked great. I think this looks great for its time, and I think it looks great today because I can look at it through the lens of 1997. But if someone who can't look at it through the lens of 1997 looks at it today, they're like, ugh. Oh my God! What the hell?
What a muddy, smeary mess with a bland palette.
Yeah,
and terrible lighting. Hard to pick individual objects out, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was a deliberate choice of how we're going to do this.
Chase, you wanted to talk about the radar?
Just for everybody who knows, there is, we've been talking, this is very relaxed avionics. Okay. It is space sim avionics, essentially.
It's free space. It's free space. Wing Commander avionics.
Right.
Just why Brian likes it so much.
Your radar consists of a 360-degree circle. Okay, fine, whatever, sure. You've got an AWACS. Let's just say you've got an AWACS.
Basically, yeah.
And you have three radar modes. These are not air to ground modes or air to air modes. You have hostile, non-hostile, and all. And so you're like, well, I don't, obviously I'm going into a combat zone. I'm going to semicolon my way over to H for hostile. And you're pretty much presented with the same dots on the same damn radar. You've got these brown dots and maybe some, and then when the mission design decides that something's gone hostile on you, you get a white dot. And then how do you select these? You have the T, U, and some other key. And T just cycles through every target. U is kind of a padlock radar in front of you target.
Yeah.
And it's just gross. Like trying to, we'll talk about this, but it's the same damage. In full burn on the very first mission, there is a MiG-42 that goes hostile. Have fun cycling through your radar keys to actually pick him out over everything else.
I do want to say one good thing, though, that the keys are consistent throughout this series until like 5. Like the keys are always the same, which is kind of nice. I do appreciate that they kept the keys the same for like many of the games. I did like that. But I do also see what you're saying. I do also agree with what you're saying.
And I just, for folks, I did not enjoy these games. I'll just say that I loaded over the past month or so. I tried multiple times to play both 3 and full burn, and I would just get this feeling of ennui, and I just desperately wanted to be playing something else. Denny dropped a one-liner in the Discord that's like, wow, he like read my mind. This is where the flight sim history nostalgia goes to die. And that's what it was for me. I have no dog in this fight. I have no nostalgia. I never played them back in the day. So I'm coming onto it as a, kind of a modern who still likes retro games. I'll go back to Swodle and other primitive sims. That's fine. But this was just like, what do you want from me, Sim? They provide a long range and medium weapons like Sidewinders and AMRAMs that seem to do the same thing. The AMRAM ranges are way off. I don't think Bob wanted us fighting BVR or BVR.
No,
he wanted us. No, he wanted us. He wanted us in turn fights.
Yeah, he wanted us in night fights. He basically wanted us in night fights. Yeah.
And so, like one of the last times I tried playing full burn again, just playing on that first mission, I'm like, fine, I'm in a knife fight with this MiG. In some other missions, I just ordered my wingman to take him out or whatever, which you could do, and he had varying odds of success. And so I'm in a knife fight. I'm like, okay, everybody loves a good one circle fight, stuck in lag on this MiG-42-6 with only guns. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is a classic situation here with my F-18 that will accelerate in a flat turn in 90% power. And then I get a missile warning, and I see a missile, I'm assuming like an R-73, streaming off of the nose pointed away from me. So like 180 aspect missile, and it just curves around and drills me. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. I get it now. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah,
I understand what you want.
I feel like they were trying to give us the Die Hard of flight sims. I feel like that's what they were trying to give us. The crunchy popcorn bucket summer action movies of flight sims. That's what I feel like they were trying to give us.
Well, yeah, this is a casual sim.
Yeah.
It's not arcade. I mean, we're not talking 73 missiles on the plane and you're the sole defender of the universe kind of stuff. But it is, it's not a it's not what you're looking for. If you're going up in Eagle Dynamics' latest game, you're going. You probably want to dogfight if you're playing Jetfighter 3. You're not going to sit back BVR and fire 4 Phoenixes off and then go back to drink a shot of whiskey to celebrate. It's just not that kind of game.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it is definitely a turn and burn sim, but there were just too many compromises made. I hate the radar. I hate the muddy graphics palette. I hate the visibility distance. Hate. I sound like it just. But again, it's just one of those. Like I said, this is not a nostalgic sim for me. This series was It came out during a period where, yes, I was more in the elitist, like, bro, do you even lead turn kind of phrase.
Well, I think it's like I said, I think it's fascinating to look at from a time capsule perspective. Like, this was the first one with 3DFX, for example. This was the first one that came on a CD-ROM, that sort of thing. Like, like this showed the jump in technology that the 90s went through. It's just a fascinating time capsule because, it shows how much change between 1990 and 1996 and 7,
But
I think I liked it going back to it because I did play it back in the day, and I remember the excitement of getting the 3DFX patch because I can't remember if that was when I had actually gone. Now this probably would have been Voodoo 1, and
that was before I was rocking a Diamond Monster 3D.
Monster 3. Yep, that's the card I had too. And so it's like I remember getting the edition that we played had everything. I remember getting the campaign CD in, which added the F-14 wasn't originally in the game. The campaign CD added it, and I was quite disappointed to find out that it was basically just a new exterior model and a swing wing feature. It didn't really affect how the plane flew. And also here's a fun note from looking back at the review. The campaign disc also added support for flaps.
That's right. Control F. Yes. I remember punching F and I'm like, why am I flaring when I want to put up my flaps? Yeah. And I had to, I will give the first 4 games absolutely one big credit. That I wish every sim would do, even the full on ones. Press escape and it stops the game and you can look at the keys. That was nice.
And there's look, cheats. And look, I could look up my mission. I could look up the mission. I could set up the joystick.
That came from USNF. I remember USNF. I remember it had cheats like invulnerability and stuff like that. Yeah, that was the thing back in the day.
Really nice to hit escape and have all that stuff like joystick calibration and mission. Look up what the mission was and cheats and look, I can look up all the key commands and everything. That was really nice. I really do appreciate that they did that. And they took that away in the later games, which was annoying. Anyway, we'll get to those.
For me, you guys probably have a lot more to talk about, but for me, it was just this wall of, like I said, wall of N1 just up there. And I'm just like, I would rather be playing anything else right now.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to try them. I do appreciate you taking the time to at least broach them,
Yeah, no, and I'm again, like, I'm going back to, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if like USNF had this, but I was flying around and just test flying the plane, and I get the F-22 up to about 55,000 feet, and then I have compressor stalls because the engines don't have enough air to keep going. And like that's just common in a military sim nowadays, but these were the kind of things that you were just seeing. Like I don't remember. I don't know if Jetfighter ever got landing gear doors, but like it was things like, oh wow, look at the level of detail. Like the doors open before the gear comes out because most of these the gear just magically pops out under.
You went from one model to the next. Animated models. That is things like animated models. Big deal. And another, think of this, between one of the biggest differences between USNF and ATF was?
What's up?
Visually, destructible visual flight models. The planes broke up.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't just you hit a plane and it starts diving and it has a bunch of smoke pouring out of it. ATF, man, no, they broke up.
Oh, that's cool.
That was a big deal.
So yeah, this is and it's great to hear your perspective, Chase, because I think that's useful for people who are like, oh, should I go back and revisit these if I didn't play them? I think Jetfighter 3, if you played it in the day, will bring back a lot of nostalgia to when Sims were just starting to really become 3D and more detailed versus the early PC Sims felt almost like updates of the 8-bit flight sims. And this was when it was first really starting to take advantage of the multi-megabyte
3D acceleration,
3D cards, things like that. So yeah, it's fun from that standpoint. But yeah, it's probably not a game you're going to go back and go, oh wow, I'm so glad I'm having this fun experience if you didn't play it then.
But if you, there's always been that argument out there is what would happen if they brought back a casual sim? I bet it would sell if you really poured a lot of money into just a casual sim like this, I bet it would be really popular. And I'm like, no, it won't. Joystick games are dead these days. And the casual crowd has gone to like War Thunder. There's your answer right there.
I don't know, man.
I don't think if it, and in finger quotes here, an Airquake game would do all that well. I mean,
I don't know about that, but
I've seen little indie attempts.
We have things like Nuclear Option. We have things like Tiny Combat Arena.
But they stand out. How long have we been waiting for a Nuclear Option? By the way, Nuclear Option is really good. People, everybody should play it.
Yes, agreed.
But just even it is not as kick the tires and light the fires as folks. These were very casual sims. They weren't Project Wingman / air combat simple. Well, yeah, you were, like you said, you have like 57 missiles that Denny mentioned earlier. They were very casual. These and the Nova Logic sims. I think the time of those has passed. I don't think anybody's really interested in those anymore.
Well, if there are any venture capitalists listening, I have an idea for a game that riffs off the formula of the wonderful 1970s TV show Black Sheep Squadron, which I think would translate into a really awesome design that could both bring in new players and be satisfactory to hardcore flight simmers. So it's denny@gmail.com if you want to talk to me about funding it.
Let's start playing the lottery, you guys. I guess
Pappy Boyington the sim. You could have that whole thing with lots of that's one of the things that USNF and ATF and all those Paul Gray sims did so well is the atmosphere. Getting constant like little radio, totally unrealistic, but it's fun. Like like your guy in back in the F-14 telling you to do some pilot shit when a missile's locked onto you, and things like that. I love stuff like that, and there is remarkably very little of this in either of these Jetfighter 3 games. You just get a line of text up at the top.
Wow. Yeah. Well, so speaking of the Jetfighter, the other Jetfighter 3 game, Jetfighter Full Burn,
which is not Jetfighter 4. It is the fourth Jetfighter game.
No,
but it is not Jetfighter 4.
It's Jetfighter Full Burn. Basically, had to have been them going at like, look how much money Wing Commander 3 has made.
Oh my god!
Let's do a flight sim using that exact same formula.
Oh my god!
But without the multi-million-dollar budget.
Oh my god!
Right.
It's so, you guys, if you want to see some of the cheesiest mid-90s full motion video you've ever seen, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's good.
It's glorious.
That is a word for it. Yeah, that is a word.
Let's get our that was the period of let's get our local amateur theater troupe in bad costumes and bad green screens.
Oh god.
So looking back at the reviews, Jeff Lackey reviewed it for me for CGW, gave it 3.5. And he said that the acting was soap opera quality but engaging. My favorite was Tim McDonald's review on GameSpot. This is one of those lines where I would like have given my writer a bonus. If the scenery wasn't virtual, the actors would have eaten it.
Yes. And folks, that was happened back then. I mean, let's not crap on Mission Studios too much. Everybody was doing this. I mean, even hallowed game studios like Looking Glass Studios with Terra Nova.
And sadly, they couldn't afford Mark Hamill and Ginger Lynn Allen for this one.
I love Terra
Nova. Now and that is worth repeating, people. This was the phase of video gaming where it was okay to put both Mark Hamill, who everybody knows in, and a former porn starlet into your AAA and tentpole video game.
And God, who else was in those?
Tom from I can't remember his last name.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh God, Well, once again, we're veering off into Brian's other podcast. But when I played Wing Commander 3, I nearly got divorced because my my wife at the time was so tired of hearing Chalk went up for the Maniac.
Oh God,
Tom Wilson,
yes. Oh God,
I would love to meet him, and then because apparently everyone asks him about Back to the Future so much that he wrote a song about it to just answer all the questions. But I would want to talk to him about being Maniac. That's what I would ask him about. But
I'm saying like this was very low budget compared to the EA stuff.
There were two things I loved about the videos in this game. I just want to mention one, that they said a curse word. Someone said the S word, which I loved. And two,
edgy.
During one of the briefings, one of the guys said, "All right, men, you had your orders," where there was at least one woman in the room.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I thought that was so funny. I literally laughed out loud.
And it was, and like, I also love the straight out of Top Gun, where our pilots are basically a bunch of unruly kids.
I know. Oh God.
And that's how I have sat in ready rooms. That's not how it operates, but just saying that.
Top Gun,
right.
The White House.
All right, all you guys, keep it quiet now.
But so there are scenes in the White House and the political stuff. It's like
what was the president's name? I died. It was something like Bob White.
Bob White. President Bob White.
President Bob White.
No, I didn't get that far. Oh no.
That was my God. I just saw that and I'm like, wow.
So Chase, like if you don't like the gameplay, oh my God, though, the FMV in this, it's like if you like B movies, because you can play the campaign from the side of the good guys. Or you can play on the Russian side.
The godless Russians.
The Russian videos are
horrendous.
The characters are all 90s stereotypes of Russian people, and they're American actors doing like Pavel Chekhov level Russian accents.
Like they watched The Hunt for October once and we're like, okay, we're good.
And
I would have liked to have seen Montana.
It's so kitschy. It's almost worth playing just like the
for the cheese.
Make you want to play the next mission just to see what they're going to do.
It's so cheesy. It's so cheesy.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to crack open a beer and just
do the cheese.
Just immerse myself in the cheese goodness. Yeah,
just do the cheese.
And if you fly on the Russian side, you
get to fly the MiG-42. You get to fly the MiG-42, which is insanely stupid.
Well, we can. I mean, luckily we can get over the flight stuff pretty quick on this one because the engine is
exactly
the same thing.
Exactly,
except for they added the MiG-42, which was based on the project. It was Project 1.44.
TU-44.
Yeah,
144.
And I was like, was that just because that was the size of the floppy they had the plans on? It's a weird name, but. But yeah, it was the what we thought was the Russian stealth fighter of the 90s. And did they even build any of them, or was it just?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah, just the difference between this sim and say like a DID sim is I still have the old DID Total Air War box, and it came with a not Jane's plane. And I think it had things like the SU, the 144 in there and things like that, and as much as they knew. So this is just Mission Studios pulling stuff straight out of their rear end.
Yeah, so they did build one, at least one, but it was just a demonstrator prototype.
Yeah.
It's described on Wikipedia as a demonstrator prototype with failed upgrades. One built.
one.
NATO assigned the code name Flat Pack. But yeah, so it was very much a failed fighter. But hey, it's kind of cool to have a fantasy Russian stealth fighter.
I mean, yeah, you've got the navalized F-22. So why not have a why not be flying against actual planes like the Flanker and the Fulcrum?
Oh yeah, this is you know what this game is? It's Iron Eagle as a video game.
Oh god,
pretty much.
That movie.
Another interesting thing about this is the first one that isn't self-published. This was published by Interplay.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I didn't remember.
They did all those. Yeah, the little studios would hook up for distribution deals.
Yeah.
EA did it all the freaking time. They did it from like almost day one. And Interplay, and so yeah, we're talking the. What also came out at roughly the same time as this that was published by EA? Hard War. Play that instead, people. Hard War is better.
Hard War
was good.
So Hard War has had a little bit of full motion video at the beginning and the end, and that was pretty much it. And
but it was cyberpunk, gothy,
stupid,
very tongue in cheek.
Stupid. It knew it was stupid
Max
going
Payne,
in. Yeah, it knew
and it was great.
Going
it was
in.
Glorious.
Yeah, it was wonderful. They killed my dog.
I had a girl.
Yeah. I had a dog.
He's gone.
Yeah. So basically, if you like cheese, if you liked Iron Eagle, if you think it's more fun than Top Gun, play Full Burn. If you just want to experience the old flight sim, play Jetfighter 3. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same game other than the MiG. One fun thing, the only fun thing I found in the review, like it was another flashback to forgetting what a horrible time we lived in, is it mentions that multiplayer was supported on both Kali and IPX.
Nice.
Remember
you could go
Kali?
to Cali. Yeah.
Kali.
It was
like Kali.
All of the there were no like major online multiplayer servers at the time. So everything was set up for IPX, which was your local Ethernet networking in your office.
Yes, and Kali did that over the internet. Yes.
And Kali was an emulator that would make internet friends look like they were on your local LAN so that you could play these games multiplayer.
I think it still exists.
And you know what? That was, I skipped that too because 3D card came out. I was playing Quake, and then NetQuake came out, where John Carmack figured how to do TCP over IPX. I remember setting up my slip protocol on the local ISP I was using for internet, and so yeah. That was such a convergence of technologies. It's like when you hear Kali and IPX, that is the last dying gasp of DOS games right there.
You could still download.
Because John was about to open up TCP/IP over IPX. So,
man, yeah. So Jetfighter Full Burn, just the last DOS one too. That was like one of the last dying gasps of MS DOS. Really was
I will say this. I will say this for this. If you're going to play a kick the tires and light the fires game, just turn off your and you're totally play these instead of any of the Nova Logics, which we will get to the Nova Logic.
I don't know. I like
just because I like the front end and mission structure of the Jetfighter 3 a little more.
Okay.
Nova Logic games were so bare bones. It was like, here's your wall of text.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Go forth and sin no more.
The Jetfighters did put more into the presentation, into the world building.
Yeah, I appreciate that, even if it's just extra cheesy with too many UI screens and a hangar deck where you're trying to scroll over to the weapon side and trying to scroll over to your plane and it goes by too fast. But that's just me nitpicking. So. I am wont.
Let's move on. Shall we move on to the actual Jetfighter 4? Not the fourth game in the series, but actual Jetfighter 4?
Why not? I mean,
it's Fortress America, which was published by Talonsoft. So we've moved from Interplay to remember Talonsoft? They did a little bit of everything. They did a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but
those guys.
They had good war games.
They had good wonderful war games, and apparently a flight sim or two here and there, and a few other things. They did a lot. They had their hands in all kinds of pies. Those guys back then. But we're back in America.
Let's just kick back and just kind of relish the late 90s-ness of the title Fortress America.
Yeah, we're back in the West Coast, everybody.
We're defending California
again from Russia and China.
This time with what was referred to at the time as photorealistic terrain.
Oh god,
yes.
It was kind of, sort of, not really.
That smeary, satellite-y, looks,
It was all right.
The summary of the,
it was okay.
It was, they added FLIR targeting. There was this cool green screen, like when you're targeting your weapons.
I didn't like it. I didn't find it very useful.
I thought it was one thing that looked like real.
It looked neat.
Targeting. It was the best looking part of the game.
It was like what's it called? FLIR? FLIR?
Yeah,
it looked like that. Yeah,
this is where they caught up with Nova Logic's level of graphics too. So.
Yeah, that's true. But so yeah, you're back in the West Coast. You're defending Northern California again from Russia and China.
From the National Guard. Yeah.
This is also the last game Bob Dinnerman worked on. For me, it took me about 2 hours to get this running. I had to go through all kinds of hoops. Eventually, I used was it DG Voodoo? That's what.
DG Voodoo too.
Thank God for DG Voodoo. Let me tell you guys.
Hell yeah!
Oh my God!
Yeah,
just a lifesaver.
This game sent me down the rabbit hole of having to learn how to get a Windows 98 virtual machine with Voodoo emulation running. I've got it for all the future sims, but oh my God, that was horrible.
Oh, you do?
I could have probably.
Oh,
it all depends on how badly I want to use my my HODAS. But yeah, this will run in an 86 box. But again, you got to do the front end of which I've already mentioned before, so I won't go into it. So yeah, this is one of those problematic. Try to get it to run in DG Voodoo first.
Yeah, I feel very lucky. I got it running in DG Voodoo because but it looked great. And
did you feel that lucky?
Yeah.
Well, and what you got was the same old game, but with a new, higher resolution terrain texture.
I will say,
and it looks like you got a digitized cockpit too. So
I will say this game had one thing I liked that the other games didn't. It had a mission generator. Like the Fighter's Anthology had, where you can select a bunch of parameters and it would generate a mission for you. And you could save that mission to play it again later. So that was kind of neat. So you could select like a dogfight or a strike mission or anything, and you could save those missions and play them again later. You could edit them or whatever. So that was neat. But
I mean, just to cut in here, that is pretty cool because like if you try to do that with DCS today, the last time I tried generating a quick mission in DCS on the Syria terrain, it spawned my F-15 100 feet underground. So
what?
Hey,
nice.
props to Bob for being ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I wish more flight sims would come with a quick mission generator like this and and Fighter's Anthology and whatnot did. It gives a game legs.
It's one of those selling points that I just never seem to use though. It's like when I was a kid, my big weakness was construction sets.
Oh,
like pinball construction set, adventure and seeing that on the back of a box. Yeah, build your own. That almost would always get me to buy it, but how many times would I use it?
I used them in the Nova, or sorry, brain fart. I used them in the Dynamics Sims a lot.
Did you?
Yeah,
well, yeah,
like Fight an Ace or stuff like that.
I mean, freaking like the getting to modern Sims, DCS has that amazing campaign editor, but whenever I'm trying to like map, I consider that game all about mapping your controller. If I ever get all the planes mapped,
it's a mapping controller simulation. Yeah,
but when I'm testing that stuff, I use the quick mission generator in that all the time.
I've tried doing that, but like I said, it just just like so much of DCS, it would just break unpredictably. It was so nice to be back in the days of the Sims where you picked an option and it was like, yeah, this is going to do what it says on the box.
Okay, what's fun is when I was looking back at the Jetfighter 5 reviews from the day, or Jetfighter 4 rather, when it shipped, they apparently had a production deadline. There was a force feedback menu option, but it doesn't actually support.
Does it work?
No, it doesn't.
No, it did not. It shipped. But even better. There's a multiplayer setup screen, but they had to pull the multiplayer code out because it didn't work. So there was a multiplayer setup screen. I don't know if this ever got patched, but when it shipped, the multiplayer support wasn't in the game. There was just a setup screen.
I have a force feedback stick, and so when I saw that, of course, I had to try it, and it didn't work. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, okay, they probably never patched it, or the version.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
Was the earlier version.
I will say though, the missions I played were fun in Fortress America. I played a few missions. I enjoyed them. They weren't the best, but they were. I felt like they were on par with 3 and
the threes
with 3 and Full Burn. They were hectic and silly and somewhat difficult, but I felt they were on par.
Wow, look at that missile just do a 90-degree turn. I'm watching a video and I just saw a missile do a 90-degree turn after chaff. That missile must have pulled like 5,000 Gs.
Well, it's a missile. It can do that. There's nobody. I mean, the disappointment of this game is just that the game itself it's like, okay, let's throw some prettier graphics on this because we have better 3D cards and stuff now. But
dude, this guy just bombed an airliner.
It's the same 3 plane.
Yeah. The F-22,
F-18, same F-14 flight model from Jetfighter 3.
Pretty much.
I was talking about, it's really fun to look at the F-18 going back from F-18 Interceptor through before they got the Jetfighter 2015, which will be another discussion. But it's like that same model that just keeps getting slightly upgraded.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this just felt like, the quest for money. How can we repackage this?
Yeah, I kind of don't understand why Jetfighter Full Burn wasn't Jetfighter 4. I don't get because that's the 4th game, but then you have Jetfighter 4. I don't understand that. Jetfighter
I imagine money was involved somewhere, like licensing. We have a license
because Jetfighter
we have a license for 3, but not for 4.
But that's the weird thing. Jetfighter Full Burn is Interplay and Jetfighter 4 is Townsoft. What's going on here? What the hell is happening?
Yeah.
This is actually the only one of these that I have a clear memory of, and just the random crap that your brain comes up with. And it's not playing it. It is me sitting in a studio apartment, a nice one. It's down by the waterfront, on my computer, on a Saturday. It was a sunny day coming out, and I am on my computer, and I am on the news groups, and we are just giving this game. We are just giving this game a once over. I can see Deja Vu, the Usenet service that we use for news groups and we are just saying, oh, this is Airquake, it's crap. Did you hear that Mission Studios put out another one? And I think I actually mentioned one of these in a Flight Sim Follies. I think I mentioned this one. So and it was of course a super edgy negative insight on a sim that I probably never even played, but that's how I rolled.
Yeah.
That is my clear memory of this.
Yeah,
of this particular sim.
Yeah, I actually, enjoyed this one because it's basically the same game as 3 in full burn, basically with slightly better graphics.
With the NovaLogic flight engine.
Yeah, basically.
NovaLogic looking flight engine.
So basically, so I had the same amount of fun I did with 3 in full burn. It's basically like kind of a trilogy. 3, full burn, and this are basically a trilogy of the same game, basically. In 3 different parts of the world, basically.
What were we playing when this came out? This was
2000. This was 2000.
This was 2000. So this was going to be USAF, I think ish. I was probably playing USAF.
Oh yeah, USAF around then.
The last of the
last of the good Jane's games. Free Space 2 had come out the year before, in late '99.
Still playing TA.
Total Air War. Probably still playing Falcon 4, probably.
Falcon 4. Falcon 4. We're still trying to figure that out. Yeah,
I've almost learned Falcon 4 now.
It had been well patched by it had been well patched by this point, I think.
Yes, I'm just trying to think a reason why I would just totally blow this sim
European
off.
Air War, probably. It had also been well patched by this point.
Still playing a little EAW, probably, but I think it was going to be TA.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else.
In 2000, because the Great Sim year was 98.
Oh, I was playing Terminus. Remember that
Terminus.
I was playing Terminus around this time because that came out.
There was also FA-18.
Yes, Jane's AF-18. I think that came out around this time. Yes.
So I'm just trying to think when this came out. That was
Enemy Engaged. The Enemy Engaged.
EE. The Razorworks guys.
They came out around this time. That's right. So we had a lot to play around this time. Plus all the strategy games that were coming out around this time.
We were still bemoaning that A10 was not coming out.
Oh God, I'm still sad about that. Still crushed about that. 2000, we were still kind of cruising on the late 90s. Basically.
Yeah, we were still. Yeah, we were running off of that gas because we had a lifetime's worth of Sims.
Oh my God, we're kind of still cruising in the late 90s, aren't we?
Right.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this was like the last batch,
right?
Before the genre.
Get it out the door.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it out the door. We're turning into PlayStation 2 publishers
because the next game.
Yeah, and after that, it was IL-2 and Jetfighter.
Because the next game, let's skip to the next game. 3 years later, Jetfighter 5, Homeland Protector. This is the Protector. This is the last game. Jetfighter 4 was the last game that Bob Dinnerman worked on. Jetfighter 5. I don't even know who Interactive Vision White Eagle is, but I know who Global Star Software is. Remember those guys? Those shovelware guys? Those shovelware guys you'd find in the CD bin.
Can you pick me up a new game in the Walmart?
Yeah,
exactly.
Can you pick me up a game in the CD bin of CompUSA, please?
Global Star.
Yeah. So this game, this is probably besides one, this is probably my least favorite game in the series. It was easy to get running, but they changed everything. They changed all the keys for the first time. They removed a lot, like the escape menu wasn't there anymore. Like the calibration, the cheats, everything. They took out all the weapons. There were only 2 air-to-air missiles, 3 bombs, and 1 air-to-ground missile. The mission design was stupid. Like I think the first mission was to take out 40 tanks, and I had 3 bombs.
Where did they rip off the graphics engines from?
I don't know.
It looks just like USAF.
Yeah, the graphics were nice because I think
it's apparently renderware. If you remember that.
Oh God!
Everybody used renderware.
Renderware. I remember renderware.
Which was not optimized for flight simulation.
That was totally a PS2 engine. That everybody used too. That was renderware was the big deal.
I will be a little biased. I like the graphics, but I think it's because it started off in Los Angeles, so I think I'm a little biased.
Yeah. I can see my house from here.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say one thing about this one is it's the first one that like changes some things up from Jetfighter 1 in that like they're all Lockheed planes. The F-22 as always is there, but the other planes are an F-16 and F-35.
Yeah.
So this is like the Lockheed Martin demo disc.
Yeah. I just didn't like this one as much as any of the others. I just
but they did stick with the Jetfighter formula.
Dude, that is totally model driven.
And the F-22 and the F-35 all basically flying the same.
Yeah, exactly the same. Exactly the same.
I am looking at this because I'll be honest, I didn't play this, so I'm looking at it right now, and it's like these smell so much like repurposed assets.
Oh yeah,
I'm just taking a look at it. I mean that model looks straight out of Falcon.
Yeah,
and the ground graphics are just This is obviously shovelware.
Yeah. This one also had the worst manual, I thought. It was an absolute garbage manual. So I felt this, besides one, I thought this was the worst one out of all of them. I didn't enjoy my time with this one at all, really. The missions were kind of fun.
Just looking at this has that same Nova Logic Solus vibe.
I see. I like the Nova Logic games. I really do. But the thing is, I enjoy this.
My old '90s elitism is just oozing out of my pores. It's just pouring out of. I can smell it.
It really is, but I like the Nova Logic games for the
they were good. They were good for what they were. I think I tried.
I will tell you,
but just God, they were so soulless.
I will tell you some things I didn't like about the Nova Logic games. For example, side note, the first game, Comanche, Maximum Overkill. You're playing the trading missions.
Yeah,
and if you fail a training mission, it sends you back to the last training mission. You don't do the same training mission you failed. You go back to the last training mission and do it again. It actively punishes you.
Size 16 right in your ass.
Actively punishes you.
Off you go,
noob.
You guys, when we get to the Nova Logic episode, the stories I have, and almost none of them have.
I will actually play those. I am going to go back and play those.
What was that?
I had the stories I can tell about the Nova Logic, like just everything around that in the flight sim community is more interesting than the actual sims were.
I'm fascinated.
The guy tried to get me fired from CGW.
Oh, really?
Due to some stuff that went on the flight sim news group.
Wow. Oh, I can't wait.
Like there's crazy stuff. There's them flying me out to try to make this is why we make our games. Don't we love them? And
I like their flight sims.
They were very nice people.
I like their jet sims more than their helicopter sims, to be perfectly honest.
I liked Armored Fist.
Oh, I like those too. Yeah, I thought those were a lot of fun. I
remember things like it was either 2 or 3 where you call in an A-10 and it literally flies circles around your tank as predicted. I'm not talking like circles out there, a few hundred yards away, but like within 100 meters, it's doing donuts around your tank. And I got the biggest kick out of that. Folks, maybe who are listening to this extended podcast, I think you can tell our finger quotes love for the Jetfighter sims with the amount of just off the rails that this episode's going. It's great.
But again, now we can get to Brian's favorite in the series.
No, it's not my favorite. It's my
Jetfighter 2015.
It's honestly my second favorite. Jetfighter 3 is my favorite, but this is my second favorite. Really? I honestly love this one. I had such a good time with this one because it leaned full blown into the silliness.
This would not even be on this podcast if it didn't share the name Jetfighter.
I think I agree with you.
It is a freaking arcade game.
It really is.
Is it basically Ace Combat?
Reality.
Is it a base combat?
Ace Combat around in this like hover plane,
transforming jet that transforms from a.
Oh wow!
It transforms from a
wings, depending on how you
look at this. This is ridiculous.
It transforms from a V-stall jet to an actual like forward flying jet. So it has 2 different flight modes, and it's absolutely ridiculous. The missions are so stupid. Like I think I only played dude,
you say they're stupid. You know what they're doing?
What?
They're fighting narco terrorists in South America.
Those friggin' narco terrorists deserve.
They just said this 10 years too early. They saw what was coming, man.
That's right. We're sending these out against Venezuela right now.
So this game was made in 2005. It takes place in 2015.
Oh my God! Look at this trek.
They're fighting narco terrorists in like Florida.
He's hovering.
Yeah,
he's hovering.
Yeah, you're hovering in this game. My favorite mission so far, out of the 4 or 5 I played, you're protecting a mall from car bombs that are driving up in like Ford Broncos, like white Ford Broncos. I'm not. This
game.
It's so
has
stupid.
An energy for hit points. It says energy 8906. Oh my God.
Yeah. And one of your weapons is an EMP weapon. I'm not even kidding. One of your weapons is an EMP.
Dude, 2015 was intense. I must have slept.
And you're fighting, and one of your constant enemies are drones. Like, this game is kind of prescient. This game is like, oh my, this game is like, really?
He's got energy, though.
I know. This game is
Why
crazy.
did they even use the Jetfighter name? What did they just buy? I
don't know.
Maybe they bought it in a fire sale for an IP fire sale?
I think it was because, it was.
They must have had the name. They must have had the name,
and Gord Goebel's, another great writer from the 90s, but Gordon Goebel's review of this, his lead sentence I loved. Like Paul McCartney, the Jetfighter series just won't go away.
Oh, God. This smells so much like absolute open source graphic engines, Eastern European ware.
I'm going to tell you, Chase, I had a lot of fun with this one. It just leaned full blown.
Why aren't you
it's stupid.
Just play Project Wingman or Ace Combat than this.
I enjoyed those too.
But I look at this Drek.
I know. Again, the publishers are Global Star Software, and once again, Akella. They also remember Akella?
There you go. I was right on the money. Right on the money. Akella were the king of Eastern European Russian shovelware.
Yeah. They published a lot of great stuff.
3.
Yeah, but they've also done Pirates of the Caribbean, those PT boat games that were actually really good.
Yes.
Sea Dogs. They've done a lot of good stuff and a lot of crap, but they've done a lot of good stuff too. I'm going to be honest. I really enjoyed, you don't play if you're going to play Jetfighter 2015, my friends, track a copy down. Don't play it with a joystick. Do not play this with a joystick. It is mouse and keyboard all the way. It is.
I can tell by this.
It is Skyquake, basically, because eventually the V-stall mode is basically Skyquake. You're going backwards, you're going left, you're strafing left and right, but it is stupid fun. It is legit stupid fun. I mean,
this guy's like just owning this narco terrorist. He's like, I'm watching a video of it right now, folks. I'm just like, this guy's like hovering on the ground and shooting like shacks and helicopters and this is ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous, but that's why I enjoyed it. It's so ridiculous. It's like it takes the Jetfighter series to its logical endpoint. Its logical extreme.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Killed it.
Yeah. This is the final.
It curb stomps Jetfighter.
This is basically the exclamation point for the Jetfighter series, and I feel like this is a fitting end for the series. Honestly, I feel like this is a fitting.
Definitely, it was a sine wave.
It's such a fascinating,
then it gets good, and then it plummets back down.
It's a fascinating. Again, it's a fascinating time capsule. It's like late 80s.
What can we do with an abandoned or extremely cheap license?
It's like
what Akella did.
It starts with that late 80s, early 90s difficulty. EGA, VGA. Let's try and be somewhat serious. But then we get to the mid 90s. Oh, there are already some serious sims. Let's try and not be so serious. Oh, we got to try and do some full motion video. Let's try and be less serious because we can't compete with Janes and whatnot. Let's try and compete with Nova Logic. And then let's try and lean more into the silly. And then let's get really silly. And then let's end up this. It's like the opposite of a hero's journey in literature. I think because PC simulations got less popular, but console simulations like Ace Combat got more popular. I think that's what they were competing with. I feel like that's
definitely it's plus. Yeah, it is. This is it's just I feel kind of sad actually now because Bob did try.
He did.
And I honestly, I feel bad when some Russian shovelware developer gets your license and sticks your name on something. And, this. I
still feel like.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I don't. I feel like he made a solid legacy for himself because I feel like.
Yeah, I would love to know what happened with him. Like, his.
We should track him down.
Journey was
we should track him down because.
Something cool as I was researching Bob for this.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that he wrote and created the Discs of Tron arcade game?
What? He is that old.
What?
That was Bob Dinnerman.
Wow.
No. Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah. So this dude could code. That was 1983.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we knew he could code because he, you look at the PC
evidence of it.
Yeah. So I wonder if he was like so many other Simish devs of the late 90s, just getting out while the getting was good. So many did. He's just like, you know what? I don't have the enthusiasm anymore. This isn't making me money anymore. Screw it. I'm done. I'm going to be a producer at like some console company.
I lost so many quarters to
Discatron.
To Discatron. Oh my God. Oh, he went on to do additional programming for Battle of Britain 2, Wings of Victory, which is an excellent flight sim. Look at that.
Is it the Battle of Britain 2 that we're thinking of? Or is it one of the shovelware ones? Because there was a lot of Battle of Britons.
It's the enhancement of the Rowan one.
So if he went in and actually cleaned up some of Rowan's codes, that's the good one. There are a ton of Battle of Britons.
Yeah, no, it's the good. I think it's the good one. It's so Rowan made the original one. And I think he's the one that helped clean it up and made the sequel to
Cleaned
the one
it up and
that made the actual good one that people still play.
Yeah, and the company that made that Battle of Britain 2 was Shockwave Productions, and if you're a current Microsoft Flight Simulator flyer, they renamed themselves to A2A Simulations.
Yeah, I had
the best planes that are out there for Flight Sim 2024 or 2020.
I had a disc of Shockwaves.
Oh yeah, his first product. I remember when
they were awesome planes for CFS3.
Wait.
Yeah. He had. There was a B-17. There was a Mustang, and these things were like groundbreaking at the time.
He did. Yeah. Shockwave was really good. I played. I remember flying those in. CFS3. I got the disc for them. So they're ATA now, aren't they? Yeah. You said
A2A. Yeah. If you play the Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you want like a hardcore like. All the systems in the plane works and it flies like a real plane. They did their own flight models and just like skipped the MS engine completely. The Comanche 250 and the newer Aerostar, depending on whether you want a single or twin engine plane, they're both like among my favorites in that sim for small planes.
We should see if we can get.
But that goes back to Battle of Britain 2 Wings of Victory. So I didn't even know there was a connection there.
It's amazing.
Wow.
And that goes back to Bob Nitterman, which goes back to Jetfighter. So we're full circle.
I think, you know what? We should probably let our listeners just have a breather. What do you think? Otherwise, I'm going to compare this Jetfighter 2015 to the VTOL mode in Saints Row 4.
So I guess we're about done with this podcast.
Yeah. So friends, the Jetfighter series is, again, a fascinating time capsule for both flight sims and computer games of a certain era, a fascinating era of video gaming from the late 90s to the early 2000s, where so much changed, so much happened. And you can kind of see it in this series. You can kind of see so many changes that happened in video gaming in this series. It's fascinating. Before I forget, we're still looking for questions for our upcoming Q&A episode. So don't forget, you can submit questions to us on via Gmail at retrodogfight@gmail.com, on our Discord, discord.retrodogfight.com, or in the comments of this post. And next time, we're going to start in the 80s and go to the 90s again with the Air Warrior series. We're kind of going chronologically, but we're Also kind of jumping around. So, the Air Warrior series also started in 1988, but then jumped to, I don't know how they did this, but Air Warrior 2 was released in the beginning of 1997, and then Air Warrior 3 was released at the end of 1997. What the hell?
I think just to cut in there, what we will probably be focusing on is keep in mind that there was Air Warrior, but there was also Air Warrior SVGA.
Yeah.
So that was I think that's the one that covers all the time between Air Warrior and 2. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one that people played for a long time between 1 and 2. That is true. So folks, thank you so much for listening. And we're really hoping you're enjoying this. And don't forget to check your 6. Is there anything else I say? I think that's all we say. Don't forget to check your 6, and we will see you next time, friends. Have a great one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you even lead turn, bro?